part of Crime and Command.
They are expected to enforce the law, guard and secure Kenyans. But now they use their weapons to rob and harm the same people they swore to protect. In the fight between good and bad, it is the police who enforce the rules. But what happens when the police cross the thin blue line?
What we are suffering now is a consequence of the failure of the vetting process.
At least 620 cases of police involved in crime have been reported this year.
Over the last 160 days, we have again removed 298.
The numbers of suicide cases are swelling. They rob banks and participate in serious organized crimes.
Salary of less than 10,000 shillings a month, you have a family, you have needs, so you automatically have to engage to crime.
A traumatized police service.
Very stressed.
Is the service retarding, turning back to a force?
It is disciplined whether dead or alive.
They don't even value you when you're dead.
My name is Hussein Mohammed, and this is the grim reality of the National Police Service in Kenya. Eight years ago, a determined framework was passed into law. Within it, and among other things, was converting the police force into a service, a national police service that will work for the Kenyan public. Despite the government's pumping of billions of shillings to the service, over the last few months, Kenyans have witnessed the arrest of police by police. Just what lies beneath the series of staged robbery attacks, suicide, and murders. My name is Hussein Mohammed, and this is Inside Source.
To the best of my skill and knowledge, will discharge all duties thereof. Faithfully according to law. And I will subject myself to the Constitution.
Hundreds of young police recruits graduate annually, set to be deployed to serve their country. A country which has seemingly turned some of them to be uniform criminals.
We have 445 police officers who have been removed from service before we took over. When we have taken over the last 160 days, we have again removed 298.
Katani, Machakos County, KTN News Inside Source has reconstructed what happens to be the latest case of a Kenyan police officer involved in a crime. Two partners disagree over 40 million medical drug deal, and a hitman is sent to one of the family. The family of Frederick Mwangi, who is one of the partners. Sources close to the police tell Inside Source Ann Katita was opening the gate for her son Frederick Mwangi, who was arriving home in the company of his wife Purity Wanjiru. Two men drive on a motorcycle and shoot the mother and daughter-in-law, seriously injuring the target, Frederick Mwangi, who is nursing injuries in a city hospital. One of the assassins was a hired police officer, a general service unit officer attached to Embakasi B Garrison section. His name, Anthony Kilonzo. Kilonzo lays his confession of the deadly mission in Machakos before a senior resident judge at a Nairobi court.
I decided to come upon this. I said, since I was told by a friend to go assist him, do this job of killing this lady.
The victim who survived this incident.
And with that, The GSU officer had just opened the lid of a never-ending suspicion about the existence of hitmen within the police. Officers who use their guns for commercial gain or revenge. It is reported that Kilonzo was going to receive 2 million shillings for this job.
A victim was killed almost immediately.
Just recently, a packed law court in Nairobi was stunned by the thrilling, chilling and disturbing confession of a police informer who blow by blow told the court how police officers attached to the Syokimau AP post kidnapped, tortured before murdering Willie Kimani and Josephat Mwenda in cold blood. Josephat Mwenda was a client Willie Kimani was representing in a case of police shooting.
3 victims were killed, and the bodies placed in the 2 cars. We took off towards the main Mombasa-Nairobi highway.
The excruciating detail of how the 3 were executed in a plain field along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway 3 years ago points to the rise of rogue police officers in the service. At least 620 cases of police involved in crime have been reported this year. Essentially, what this means is that 62 cases of police involved in crime is reported every month. Every month, Kenyans have to live in fear of their own government.
We have 445 police officers who have been removed from service before we took over. When we have taken over the last 160 days, we have again removed 298. So you can see the commission has been acting on police discipline as it is required.
So our case files show that police have killed about 1,000 people between 2013 and September 2019, which is a scary figure because it gives an average of 138 people, young people killed by the police per year, or an average of 12 people killed by police per day. Now remember that we are not in a war situation.
October 5th, 2019, Kenya police officers drawn from the Kayole division will carry an operation to rob 2 businessmen in Eastleigh Estate at the heart of the capital. According to investigators, the episode, which was recorded on camera, showed Corporal Wilson Cheriot, Constable Daniel Kipkorir, Constable Alex Kandie, among others, people who were recorded terrorizing everyone in the lodging in Eastleigh before making away with the money, which was later claimed to have been 6 million Kenya shillings. Inside source spoke to one of the police officers who was part of the robbery plot. The officer turned robber shifts the blame to his employer, the National Police Service, for lack of counseling and frustrations among officers.
It is there. Tension iko, ukiangalia tension iko na muso imeletwa na ukosefu wa hiyo pesa. Tena juzi ilisemekana tutaanza kukatwa pesa house allowances. So unapata officers wanaona akikatwa hiyo house allowance itabaki with nothing. So the management of NPS must change. Must change for better. Many officers, if you go to records, you find that many police officers have changed.
He tells Inside Source the current wave of rogue officers is going to increase following the distress within the service.
More officers are supposed to reduce corruption. Police officers, the issue of Godfather issue to all equal. Said some people they cannot be transferred to such and such an area because they have a Godfather. That thing should stop.
So as to make quick money, police officers work with criminals and gangs where they hire guns to the criminals at a fee.
Alafu siku mbili aoshe anatoka, lazima aoshe nisibaki na finga yote. Design hata ukipiga matoka, wakikuja kufanya dusting. Haina finga mtu yote, ilishaoshwa vizuri.
A senior police officer in Kayole was recently transferred after being caught dealing with the criminals. The profiles of the police officers do not match their reflections. KTN News Inside Source interviewed at least 10 junior and senior police officers across the country. Officers who paint a grim picture of the service. Why are the police officers turning to uniform criminals? We meet up with Constable Pauline, which is not her real name. Pauline is a graduate police officer with experience spanning down to almost a decade in the National Police Service. Pauline is full of anguish despite her desire to serve and protect when she joined the service as a young girl several years ago.
Sana kwaka nihakikishie NPS na NPS kazi haitakuwa vile wanafikiria itakuwa. Ni sababu wakati umeniumiza kwa kazi, ni lazima hata mimi nitatafuta namna ya kuweza kujiokoa, sababu vile uko na familia hata mimi niko na familia, na ukisikia mtu akisema amefinywa mahali ukae ukijua kwamba kitu yenye itatokea inaweza kuwa ambayo si mzuri sana kwako.
Pauline is not surprised by the recent spike of rogue police officers in the country. For her, the menace has been catalyzed by what she calls godfathers in the service. She is not only servicing a loan she took for school, but she has never had a salary increment, not even a raise in rank.
That the suffering that is there through robberies, that banks are being robbed, people are being robbed in the street, it is not our fault. It is the struggles, the stress, even the problem that the NPS and NPSC are afraid onto our heads. We are not even able to bear the stress, the problem that these people are giving us. So you can imagine surviving with the salary of 7,000 or 10,000 in this world. And yet you are mandated or tasked to escort maybe 10 million. What would you do?
It is getting increasingly frustrating for women police officers in the service. In Kakamega town, Sergeant Jane Nasimitsi decided to break the silence.
Nimechoka. Nyinyi kama wakubwa hamwezi fanya haki. Kwa nini? Wana mnifute kazi. I'm ready.
For the first time, a junior police officer dressed in police uniform is seen addressing the media.
Nimechoka.
An emotional Sergeant Jane dared her superiors to fire her because of what she termed as discrimination.
Okay, I'm in uniform, I'm sorry. But badala, okay, unasikianga askari amefanya kitendo, unaona? Na I'm not ready, unaona? Kwa sababu ni maovu, unaona? Mimi niko na watoto nalea, unaona? Kwa nini wakubwa tu wenyewe wasiact? Nataka wakubwa tu wenyewe wako juu ya interior waingilie, unaona? Kwa nini wakubwa wa chini wasifanye haki? I'm the only tribe hapa Kakamega Central. I'm married in Western region, unaona? Mimi nimekuja hapa kwa sababu ya marriage na kazi ya serikali. Na kama kwa sababu mimi nimeoleka kwa askari mwenzangu hapa inaniletea shida. Sikudanganyi, nimeamka asubuhi leo nikiwa very stressed. Na sitaki kuact, unaona?
A dejected Sergeant Jane Nasimitsi, who has worked in the service for 18 years, says she does not want to act. Her efforts have been futile.
Mimi sijaitisha askari pesa. Mimi nimetoka mahali ya shida, but sijaiambia askari anionge, unaona? Na hiyo si haki yangu kuchukua hongo ya askari, unaona? Lakini ile kitu hao wakubwa, yani niko very stressed kwa sababu kuna mara mingi mimi naenda ofisi na complain mpaka wanasema mimi ni mbaya. Unaona?
Sergeant Jane Nasimitsi was later sent on compulsory leave. Constable Pauline and Sergeant Jane continue to fight for their rights in the public and on social media.
Anything happens kwangu, mjue kitu. Ona, sasa ndio wananiita wanataka kuniongelesha, but kwa nini hawezi nisaidia? Mimi nimefanya kazi. Niliandikwa 201. 201 si ni miaka mingi sana. Na hiyo miaka yote nimeteseka mpaka saa hii. Why? Because nitakana wajibu kwa nini? Na kwa nini wajai sema nimeharibu kazi? Sijawahi haribu kazi. Na hakuna mali nimeharibu kazi. Wakubwa tu ndio wananitesa. Hata askari wenye nimewapanga kazi sijawahi kosana na askari wenyewe. Kwa nini tu ni wakubwa? Na askari wenye mimi nimewapanga kazi nikiwa kopro nikapata kopro hapa. Askari hata sasa ukiwafolenisha hapa hakuna mwenye atasema madam huyu.